Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to the next match of the lower bracket playoffs. On the Radiant side, we have the default hard bots, and on the Dire side, we have ranked matchmaking AI. Check that I'm not in the lobby. The most interesting thing about this game is it is the first rematch we are having of the entire tournament. Ranked matchmaking came third in Group D, and default hardbots came second in Group D. We've tried to have interspersed groups as best we can, but at the minute we've just ended up with two teams from Group D. Now, default hardbots did win the first game in a match between the default hardbots and ranked matchmaking AI. However, it was a great game. There was a lot of kills. It went 52 minutes. There was 62 kills for ranked matchmaking, 71 kills for default hardbots. It was an absolute massacre of a game. And here they go. Ranked matchmaking go for their completely patented Sven. They pulled off this Sven for another game, and the guy went something like 36 kills, 7 deaths, 20 assists or something. Sven is ranked matchmaking's best hero. Similarly, Death Prophet is another one of ranked matchmaking's best heroes. That was their other complete carry. They went like 26-3 and 27 or something in the Death Prophet game. Ranked matchmaking are pulling out all of their best heroes. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm tripping over my words. I'm so excited for this game. First rematch of the tournament. We're going to see if the bots learn anything from having played against each other. The picks from the Radiant I will describe as uninspired. There's nothing in there that fills me with excitement. There's nothing in there that I've seen default hardbots play and I've gone, good job default hardbots. Meanwhile, ranked matchmaking, I think the AA is a bad pick from them. I'm pretty sure they don't use it very well at all. But the other four heroes are very exciting to me. One thing that we've seen that ranked matchmaking has learned from their match with default hardbots is that they were ahead on kills in that game, but they just couldn't take buildings.
Prepare for battle.
Now you've got yourself a Nature's Prophet mid. That guy's probably going to take some buildings. We've got Death Prophet in the off lane. Weird lanes here. I would have expected Sven AA as the safe lane. Then maybe like Slardar Natures in the off lane and Death Prophet mid, but it's interesting to see where they're putting these heroes. On the other side of things, we have Bloodseeker mid. This guy is probably going to get crushed by Nature's Prophet. I mean, the range, the damage, the minus armor, it's all coming together for Nature's Prophet. Bloodseeker is just a puny little melee hero, and you need to get the last hits to sustain yourself in the lane, and I don't know if the Nature's is going to let him get any. PA and Warlock is a very solid lane. I will favour PA Warlock against Death Prophet AA. Death Prophet AA is such a weird lane that I don't know how that's going to work out for them. PA Warlock, very classic. You've got a hero that needs to have a good lane and a hero that can provide a good lane. Although the Crown Rush, very spicy. We're seeing Bloodseeker get the lowest, but is it a first blood onto the Bloodseeker or the PA? I mean, I'm going to bet the PA. Yes, can I catch the Bloodseeker as well? We got the first blood, we got the second first blood, it's just the second blood. I don't think it's the second first blood. Oh no, we missed one! I was so proud of myself for managing to catch 2 of the kills on the camera, and I missed the third. It's a disaster. Ranked matchmaking, they pick up, it looks like, 2 of the 4 bounties, as well as 3 kills. Prophet's going to miss the first wave, so it turns out that this might not really be that worth it for him. Slow run back to lane for him. And I think that the Bloodseeker's getting more out of the lane than the Nature's got from getting that... did he get the kill? He did get a kill and an assist, but a whole wave to yourself from Bloodseeker? Never mind, the Nature's turns up, starts denying it. A couple of right clicks, Bloodseeker's already running around 200 health away from max. Top lane, we haven't talked about it much. Kunkka and Tiny, not really a duo lane I'm excited for, but it's 2 melee against 2 melee, and Kunkka's great against melee heroes, Tiny's decent against melee heroes. We might just see a crushing in this top lane. Sven struggling to get any CS going. He's been avalanched under a double range creep with torrents off the mark, but Sven kind of getting crushed up here. It's unfortunate because ranked matchmaking Sven is... oh, it's the best we've seen in this tournament, to be honest. It is absolutely exceptional. Let's pan away from that and hope that they can get some recovery going. Meanwhile, Death Prophet and AA having a good time down here. Equaling up on farm, Death Prophet 6, PA 5, but obviously there's still some creeps to kill. As long as PA gets, say, 2 of these creeps. Ooh, never mind, she's getting sucked. Couple right clicks come out. The PA, bit of a cold feet, and she's struggling to stay in this lane. Death Prophet pulling away. 8 and 5 now, in terms of CS. What are we seeing from mid? Prophet 2 and 5, Bloodseeker 6 and 3. I mean, Bloodseeker's kind of crushing this lane right now. Prophet's running around to get water runes, but if you're missing a range creep to get a water rune, that's a waste of time. Oh no, he's going to miss a melee creep to get the other water rune. Oh no, AA dies. He's so deep. Warlock and PA, they jump so deep up here, and the Prophet just doesn't have anything to help. A little bit of comeback gold, 200 gold in the pockets of the PA. It's like bot might be our kill lane. You've got 2 heroes on either side, both of them quite capable of dying. Meanwhile, your Nature's Prophet is now thinking of pushing mid. His treants are doing some attacks.
This should make my life
Aiming
easier.
to last hit though with the treants. Bloodseeker abandons the lane to go pick up a bounty.
For the twins.
Not sure if that's worth it. Bloodseeker a little bit bricked up here on this staircase. He's not quite sure what to do. He was waiting for the courier, I guess. But that gives Nature's Prophet a whole, like, minute alone in the lane. The right clicks as he comes back. Blood right. Oh, Nature's just sort of jogs out of that one. Top lane, how's this going? Now the Sven's got his farm on. 11 and 8 for him. We saw this in the other Sven game. The guy had... I mean, it was a monstrous CS. He had, like, 40... last hits and 29 denies at 10 minutes. Misses a CS there. It looks like we're not going to have another monstrous Sven CS game. But he can hopefully stay on top of the dire CS mark. Prophet struggling mid, really. He's got so many denies, but he's not working on his last hits, which will leave him quite far behind in this game. While bottom lane, 7 denies on the Warlock. That's quite spicy. PA catching up to the Prophet. This range last hit should be easy for her. She doesn't go for it. She will remain 2 creeps behind the Death Prophet. Level-wise, a little bit better for the Radiant side though. Warlock's 4 somehow. Oops, slow onto the PA, but they don't really have a way to... oh, she just hangs around. Frozen by the cold feet. I was about to say, they don't really have a slow that can stop somebody to force them to tank that cold embrace. Bloodseeker forced to run base and heal. And this gives Nature's Prophet the opportunity to start hitting the tower. If he would start hitting the tower, that would be great. Maybe if he started hitting the creeps, if he started hitting anything really. He's not even last hitting, he's just spinning around like a madman. It gets a deny, but why are you just denying creeps? Get some last hits, buddy. Oh no. Completely gives up on 9 last hits there. While silence on the Warlock, nothing's going to come of that. A little tiny push here. Got range creeps, AA, all of them hitting the tower. It looks like it will do about 300 damage in the end. Siege creep hoping to join in on this fray, but currently it's hitting creeps, which means it's not doing any tower damage. PA back at the lane. The siege creep looks like it's going to end up probably dying to the tower. Unless they can buy enough time for this wave to get here. Gonna move up to attack that ranged creep. Looks like they managed to keep the siege creep just out of the range of the tower, so it is okay for now. I'd like to see a cheeky crypt swarm to push this wave out. On the other hand of things, Nature's Prophet's rotating to gank. Sven got no stun. There's a cheeky little torrent on 2, and he might just get away from here.
Thank you, my beauties.
Double
Salving up
damage.
and the Conquer, just tanky enough to live. He hasn't built any tank items. This Robe of the Magi should probably be a bracer. Unusual choice there. Nature's Prophet hitting the Bloodseeker but not hitting the creeps. Oh, he does get that last hit. Up to 12 CS, about even with the Bloodseeker. Bot lane, PA jumping. The Death Prophet. More click. He's dead. Double damage on the Warlock. Where'd he get
I
that?
feed you to my fiends.
AA's in a more awkward spot now because he was still laning.
Is under attack.
His Courier is available. The Warlock wanted to turn, chooses not to. AA gets a cheeky deny. I mean, we're looking at some good CS from the Sven. He's quite far ahead of the other heroes on the map. Now at 22-15. Closest is still in the 10s. Wants to go in for a kill. Needs phase boots really, the creep's just so far in the way. Slardar was holding on to that crush. Hasn't skilled Bash though. Have a toss. That's not gonna stop them. If you had Bash, I think this guy's dead, but they're gonna have to back off. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker dies mid. Nature's Prophet getting us a couple of assists in off of the Wrath of Nature, and Blood was just hanging out a little bit too low. Ranked Matchmaking beginning to pull an early game lead. I think this is a similar story to what we saw last time with the default bots, but can they transition this early lead into objectives, into a win? Oh, PA with a beautiful dodge of that Crypt Swarm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bloodseeker, he wants to come in and rupture this Nature's Prophet. Decides against it in the end. Prophet's Tread's finished. Just need delivering. Arcane Rune on him. Love to see him spawn some trees with that Arcane Rune. It's discounted by 30%. And with the reduced cooldown, he could sort of double up on the trees, get a big push going. Bloodseeker hanging out in the river. He's getting low. He's getting right click. Nature's Prophet's gonna kill him. A little bit too fast. Ooh, another sprout. Make some trees. The trees, they hit him so hard. The trees, they're back! It's the goofiest kill I've ever seen! Bloodseeker just runs back into the trees. Damage on the tier 1. It's
Radiant's
not a
middle
lot,
tower
but
is
it's
under
enough
attack.
to be happy about. Only Prophet was truly pushing this by hitting the creeps all the time. I mean, we're talking about pushing heroes. Death Prophet with the Exorcism is a beautiful pushing hero as well. Sven with the Warcry, not quite a pushing hero, but he does give 6 bonus armor to all the creeps, keeps them alive on the wave. They're hunting this PA. Wrath of Nature came down onto her as well. Ooh, the silence off the mark. Just don't quite have enough. Counter TP's coming in. There's like 3 heroes down here now.
Radiant's top
There's the
tower
Tiny,
is
there's
under
the Warlock,
attack.
there's the PA, there's the Blood.
Summoner.
But are they going to get anything with it? Warlock only level 5, no Golem to tuck down. This leaves an empty lane top for the Sven, who's got 35 CS and 17 denies. I did not expect that at 10 minutes for the Sven. He's pulled his lane back and he's had an exceptional early game. I mean, he's doubling up, effectively, the Bloodseeker, who is second. That's the opposing mid laner. The opposing safe laner, PA, only has 15. Then with 36. Well over double. PA jumping the AA, he has nothing that he can do. E's are better than A's. 1P, 1A defeats 2 A's, and now they're onto the DP. In comes the dagger. PA kills AA and DP.
Nature's way.
AA and DP do not have the correct alignment of the letters P and A. And then we've got a double kill mid. It looked like a tiny toss back into a rupture, into a blood right, and it was a massacre under the tower. Okay, there was no Bloodseeker damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, never mind. That's just the bottom fight. Didn't factor in the mid fight. Valve
Dire's
default
structures
bots.
are fortified.
willing to push with this
Dire's
siege
middle
creep.
tower is under attack.
Getting a little bit tentative now. They tank a couple of shots. That siege creep will stay alive. My focus should be on the boat, which lands on 4. Sven's big. He just kills that tiny instantly. He pushed the wave. Go on, Sven. 1 click and that catapult's dead. They decide not to get it in the
Dire's
end.
bottom tower is under attack.
They do keep their tier 1 alive-ish. Blood right onto the Prophet. Got some damage on the Conquer, some damage on the named NP. Oh, the body blocks. The body blocks. They're so good. And then the tree block. Following it up. What can they do with this? Minus armor on the Bloodseeker is so low. AA ult is used, but it's a bad time for the NP. He's going to die to the tower. He wanted it so bad. He got the blood and the Conquer so low.
Radiant's middle
Sven
tower is
bricked
under
in the
attack.
jungle. Manages to unbrick himself. In the last 2 minutes, he's gained 3 CS. So getting bricked in the jungle, not going well for Sven. Now he's bricked under the tower. Ranked matchmaking, oh no! We'll switch over to net worth now that the laning stage is pretty much ended, and it's about what we expect. Sven and NP are huge. Have a toss. Sven's tough enough though. Manages to tank it, he's still chasing. The boat's coming in, we've got a right click, he misses the PA, but it doesn't matter, she dies at the end anyway to the Crypt Swarm. Slardar really wants this tiny, but he doesn't have bash, so the chase is a little bit awkward. I hate this build. 2-4-0-1? Absolutely not. I can understand maxing the crush if that's what you want, but you have to have 1 point in the bash. There's no way you can have a point in the bash. AA ult onto the tinies, they don't have to do all the damage to him, just enough so that he pops. Bloodseeker running around at 100 miles an hour. He's a Ferrari. That's the Rupture onto Death Prophet, but she's okay to just kind of stand there. He's man fighting the blood whilst Ruptured. She gets the kill before she dies. Hope they just finish off this tower here. It's low enough. Instead, they're just tanking the tier 1. Cheeky little torrent, and the Slardar's almost dead. The fight recaps aren't really doing anything this game. They're not telling the story of the fights at all. Ranked matchmaking with a slight lead at 1,000 gold. The bigger lead that they have is +1 level, which is not really a lead at all, to be honest. NP running and tanking the tower. I don't like this at all. This is an awful trade. In comes the Bloodright, it's the cleave. Here comes the AA ult. This has landed on nobody, it looks like. It's a massacre. Radiant, they just clean up 3 heroes. Dire just not on the ball. Have a toss on an illusion. Bardar's in, but he still doesn't have bash. Putting the minus armor on the tiny. Couple of right clicks. Rupture on the AA. A again right click down. The tower's trying to help, but the Bloodseeker's so tanky. Crush. Finish him off. And the tower. Make it a double for the Slardar. Never mind, the AA got one of them. Now he wants Conquer 2. If you had the bash, you've got the bash now. It didn't make a difference in that fight, but it will soon enough. So a huge improvement for Slardar. He started that fight at level 7. Gained 2,000 experience, and now he's level 10. He also works his way from the bottom of the net worth into the like 3rd from bottom. It's a little bit better. Warlock does get caught by the frostbite. It's not really going to do too much to him. But his Veil finished. Have a look at the items if everyone's going items. Oh, PA gets caught, gets found, she's frozen. They've kind of locked the Sven out with the NP. It's counter synergy. Out comes the Golem! Oh my lord, close the shop! It's an ultra kill for the Warlock. Cheeky little Fatal Bonds into the offering. EP kills herself and feeds the Rampage to the Warlock. First Rampage of the entire tournament so far. No Rampages in the groups, no Rampages in the playoffs yet. Warlock guarantees his MVP status, even if he just feeds from this moment on. To get a Rampage
Dire's middle tower
Go
is
for it,
under
man. And
attack.
I'm there just trying to talk about the items. No rest for the wicked. Tier 2. I'd love to see a glyph here. Out comes the toss. Kunkka, he's getting low. The boat comes out, cracks the Sven. That's one of your most important heroes. Couple right clicks on the frozen Bloodseeker. DP, she's sucking off two heroes. Out comes the kill now. There's a buyback from the Warlock. He's like, I got a rampage, you can't stop me. Tower, one more right click, Tiny will die. Double kill for the DP, but it's not that good of a fight, really. Looks like it was a 3 for 3 with a buyback.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's fine, but it's not good enough.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Warlock spending 600 gold for that buyback. He has 2k in the bank. Let's have a look at some of these current golds. Oh no.
Radiant's top tower.
Tiny
has
walking
fallen.
around with 2k gold. If he doesn't start spending his money, Valve default bot, you're going to be in trouble. PA has... She's working on a BKB. It makes sense why she hasn't spent her money. But Tiny, you need to start spending this coin, brother. Radiant heroes piling at the bottom lane. So are the Dire heroes. DP might get caught before it begins. Huge Sven stun. Out comes the AA blast. It seems like it clips onto 2 or 3. Rupture on the DP, as is the boat. Sven now. Avatos. Where's the rest of your team? They're hiding under the tier 1. You can't be there, Dire team. A fight was happening. They're now gonna jump the Tiny, get some right clicks, bashes up, but it's the Nature's Prophet. Fatal Bonds will kill off the AA, and they clean up now the Slaughter. It's a 5-man wipe, 5 for nothing. Ranked matchmaking. They've been surviving in the lower bracket for this. Come on, you gotta do a little bit more than this. Radiant side, we've got 4 1s, Veil, Drum, Yasha, part of the BKB. I have to imagine the Bloodseeker's also building part of BKB. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet struggling to get something. Sven wanders in! You can't be there, Sven! He's not learning from his mistakes. He's just barely still alive. Out comes the stun and the ult to run away. Oh, but they might have baited him too far. The Sven does die in the end. Even if the Kunkka falls, I think it's still worth it. He will fall in the end. Tiny, he gets a little bit too close. Chase is on, but Tiny looked like he was hasted throughout that. It's a 2 for 1, but it's not that good. 700 gold swings towards ranked matchmaking, but you're going to need a lot of those 2 for 1s to get back in this game.
Dire structures are fortified.
Minus armor on the Bloodseeker combined with the glyph. A little bit of a slam on the Tiny. Between the minus armor of the Slardar, the right clicks, and the tower shots, that's how you use a glyph. That glyph enables that kill. Without the glyph, he's like 300 damage short by the time Tiny runs away. Tiny does pick up a blink. He spends that money in the end. Shadow Blade for Nature's Prophet. Not the item choice in my opinion. Oh, Sven. You went from the most farmed hero in the game to 3rd from the bottom. What happened, Sven? No neutral items for either team.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Bloodseeker not going for BKB. He's going Sanjin Yasha. Probably should have seen that coming when he had a Yasha.
Regeneration.
But I don't think that's the choice. I think you want BKB this game. Our heroes cruising down middle tower. Lift from both sides already used, but Radiance is available again because the tier 1 died. They've got a catapult.
Radiant's
They've got
middle
4
tower
heroes.
is
They
under
could
attack.
have some treants if Nature's wanted to summon them. I've been watching ranked matchmaking. They're committing to a push, which is better than what they did last game.
Roots and run.
But in come the Radiant squad. Rupture's off. Bloodright on 5. Golem on 5. It's not what you want to see. 3's dead and no one on Radiant is even low. Oh, and they don't get the tower either. Looking for the AA. Avatos puts him low. Dagger from the PA. Jump in. Another 5-man wipe. Ranked matchmaking. Oh no. Oh dear, oh no, oh dear. The loser of this game is eliminated from the tournament. If you're a ranked matchmaking fan, you have to be worried right now. The lead that they built in the early game, gone.
Dire's middle tower
They're getting
is
some
under
comeback
attack.
moments, but it keeps spiking against them. DP getting jumped by 4 heroes. Slidar's going to run in. Dire doesn't have a good cheeky slam. Out comes the AA ult, but it's way off the mark. It's not even on the map. Avatos clears up the last one. And now they're hunting. Under the tier 3s. Rupturing the AA. Oh, he's frozen though. Bloodseeker might have overstayed his welcome. Got one more
Dire's
tower
middle
shots. He's at
tower
20
is under
health.
attack. Radiant's top tower
Sven
is under attack.
looking for that Warlock solo kill.
My fiends.
Nature's Prophet steals it. Ooh, Kunker's way out of position. The Sven, he could have come for that.
Radiant's
That
top
would have
tower
so
is
easily
under
been a kill
attack.
for the Sven. Instead, Kunker's gonna live. It's crazy. 500 gold in their benefit, but this is just that little small downturn before another 5-man wipe sends it up to the ceiling. Sven's
Radiant's
Midas
top
Ogre
tower is
Axe
under attack.
ensures that he will scale into the late game. He will keep farming up, but I mean, you need to be so much further than where you are at 20 minutes. He's not going for the last hits either, he's just kind of right-clicking the wave and seeing what happens. The mid push is back on. But they don't have the AA. Slidar's a bit too far back. Then again, PA's showing her face top.
Radiant's middle
Tower
tower
is dead. We've got a blood right on 4. Sven's ult's off. He's doing the right clicks. The boat cracks and he's dead. Bloodseeker is a Ferrari. He's running 100 miles an hour. He can see them. Shadowblade, not the pick this game. If your plan is to escape with a Shadowblade, Bloodseeker can see you thanks to the thirst. Half heal radius. What's that?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
What
middle
is a half heal
tower has fallen.
radius? God knows what a half heal radius is. See if they dive on the AA. They're trying to angle it so that I can read thirst without blocking the action. What is half heal radius? Okay, when he kills a unit, restores for half values when denying.
What have we here?
He's a melee hero though, so he should always be in half hero radius.
Radiant's bottom
I'm not going to
tower
worry
is
about it. I
under
don't play
attack.
Bloodseeker. I'm not going to try and comprehend what his stupid passive does. I know the vague idea of how it works. If people are low, you get faster, you attack faster, you become a Ferrari. But I don't know what it means by that last thing. Got a minus armor Tiny. He's getting low. He's being sucked. The Ava will delay the inevitable. But he will fall. And that is the start of a good fight for the Dire. Unfortunately, Warlock TP's out, and that's the end of a good fight for the Dire. Slidar hunting the PA. There's BKB, but that's about it. Huge bash. Slidar can commit to this. The dagger slow will wear
Radiant's
off.
bottom tower is under
Blink
attack.
was available. Huge mistake not to use that blink. They put the minus armor on the Kunker. He's being sucked off. He's dead. Slam, a little bit wasted. Sven, he's running in. He's fast. Oh, the stun! The PA blinks to the Warlock and that kills her. Pick your poison. Stay where you are and die. Or run away. And now Sven's getting back into the game. Double kill for him. Bloodseeker clears up the Nature's Prophet on the backside of the fight. You've got 4 heroes. Bloodseeker will die 2 now. Triple kill for the Sven. Puts him right back in the top 3 heroes. He Midases. That's going to put him in the top 2 heroes. Because Nature's Prophet can't farm right now. So as long as the... Yeah, there we go. Top 2 heroes for him. I'd like to see them commit to hitting the tower so it falls a little bit faster. Here we go. Rank
Radiant's
matchmaking.
bottom
Learning from
tower
their mistakes.
is
They
under
really
attack.
struggled
Bottom tower has
to
fallen.
push against the games that they... Against the teams they played, including default hardbots in Group D. They do seem to have learned their lesson. Stun onto the Kunker. They want to go deep. Without the ult from Sven, he doesn't do too much damage. Slardar, your main source damage at the minute. And the burst! The AA Slardar combo puts him low enough to pop. Sven, he's still clicking enemy heroes. Just in the enemy base. He's just running around punching them. Slardar's a bash in one right click. Oh my lord, he's in the fountain! Yeah, he dies for that. Tier 4s, hitting a lot of dire heroes, they chose a very bad way to run out of this base. Looks as though Bloodseeker will get a return kill, ruptures the AA, and he is dead. Half heal radius activated. Hunting the Sven, Sven gets the stun and runs. Thirst, he's not, I mean, he didn't have vision of him. Oh, Sven. A little stutter walk. Oh, the tiny illusion blocks the Bloodseeker, and that guarantees the Sven will get away safely. Sven has BKB now. Uses the Midas again. It's starting to pay for itself. What is it? 90-second cooldown, 160 gold. How much does it cost? 2,200. So, 1,600 is 10 uses. Add 320 is about... It's 12 uses. Add another 320. Okay, the boat's hitting. Oh, the Prophet TP's in with a Deso, and that's a kill. Tiny's in too. Avatos, the silence is out. Sven's here trying to cleave him. It's an interesting fight. The nuke, the damage. Bloodseeker, can he clean it up? Slardar, when's his next bash? It's now. Out comes the slam and the bash, and he's dead. 3 for 2, heavily favouring the Dire. All of the big Radiant cores die. Your Warlock lives, and I suppose he's actually the second biggest guy on the Radiant side. But anyway, let's not worry about that too much.
Let chaos reign.
This is a question though, because you've got lowest net worth hero on the Radiant side is the PA. She's meant to be a 1 position. I don't know if the PA with just BKB does anything. Like, she BKB's up, jumps in, and then what? Unless you chain off crits into crits, you're not really providing anything for the team. Warlock with Ag's Refresher, now that's going to do something. Then, clicking Midas again. I was doing the math on whether that paid for itself. X-Mark's available for the Kunkka, but he's just not using it. Sven, though, decides to man up. Now the X-Mark is used. BKB on the Sven. He gets his Crystallis delivered just for the fight. Immediately, the second hit he uses it, it crits. Now he's going to come try and hit this Warlock. No chance to get the Golems off. 2 free kills for ranked matchmaking. The violence paying off. 1,500 gold swing. And the game is almost back in their favour. It's so close.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
NP was hitting this tower with the Deso. That would be huge. There's so many scaling things on the Dire lineup. They have 4 cores for a start. They have a Deso. They have a Midas. Bloodseeker runs in. He's dead. This could be a Rax here. Ranked matchmaking. I spoke earlier as if they go at home. Back when it was a 7k gold lead against them at like 20 minutes. But now they're the ones trying to get a Rax. This Deso. The minus armor. It causes the push to be so fast. With the Treants.
Radiant's top tower has
They
fallen.
can get this melee Rax. It looks to be dead to me. They stopped hitting it because of the creeps. Oh no.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Okay, they're thinking... I mean, AA is the only one pushing right now. Radiant side, they're almost all back. Okay, now they start hitting the Rax again.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Thank the Lord, Dire.
Radiant's top barracks
Scared
has
me.
fallen.
I see the Warlock. Think about diving him. Sven goes man mode. He's red. If they go back in the fountain, I am not going to be happy with them. I mean, they ran right to the edge of the
Dire's
fountain.
courier has been killed.
Exorcism popped in the base. This will start doing some building damage, but not a lot. I mean, 50 on this. It looks like nothing to anything else. So terrible use of the Exorcism, but Sven does 2-shot that Tiny. They find the PA, and sure enough, she doesn't really have a purpose here. Double kill for the Sven, and he's getting back into this game. He's number 1 on the net worth now. He was bottom 3 in the mid game. He was getting crushed, and as we transition now towards the late game, the push is so strong. 2 right clicks and a crypt swarm, the whole wave is dead, and the creeps are in. Here come the creeps. Blood right. BKB ignores it. The golems come out, but the warlock's already dead. However, Nature's Prophet killed for the double golem. Sven going man mode. Kunka pops because he was low enough for the AA ult to take him out. Golems punching the DP. Golem's punching the Slardar. Bloodseeker is running around. He's the little Ferrari. Oh, the DP's trying to suck him off. Blood right will put her really low. The suck, the mech, the bash. Bloodseeker gets it. Triple kill for him. They hold the rest of the base. Golems keep the creeps out. Nothing bad happens. No buildings fall. No damage on the mid tower. Quite a bit throwy from ranked matchmaking. 3k given to the Radiant side. I mean, show me a part of this game that isn't a huge throw. I mean, we've got an 8k gold lead right there. And then that flipped. The 3k gold lead for Dire. They took a Rax, but now... Pushing mid? Can I say pushing mid? Bloodseeker, PA and Tiny. I mean, Tiny's a great push hero, don't get me wrong, but if he's not picking up a tree, then he doesn't actually push very well. The big push from Tiny is when you got an Echo Saber tree grab, you got that 85% building bonus. Oh my lord, it's chugging! The whole lobby lags. You got Rupture coming out. Nature's Prophet's happy to right click during it. He tosses it in the air. I'm very curious if Rupture does damage based on aerial movement. Because Rupture does damage based on movement. You get thrown all the way up in the air. I imagine it doesn't. Sven runs out, gets his Midas off. Stun on the Bloodseeker. 1, 2, he's dead. Killing spree ended. That's 1,000 gold into the pockets of Sven. Wrong fight recap. You can see it here on the left hand side. 580 plus 402. Woof. Sven running around. He's got everything of the Daedalus except for the Demon Edge. Courier's dead. Makes me think Demon Edge is on the Courier. He has his Daedalus done. So what's his next 1500 gold going to be sent on? I'd love to see him jungle. Get a 27-minute item. Oh my lord. Finally gets picked off mid. Now Warlock's getting picked off mid. It's a feeding Fienza. Fienza? I tried to combine Frenzy with Fiesta and got Fienza. Oh dear. However, Exorcism is running out. It's basically ran out. Nature's Prophet is orchided and desoing up the Kunka. He's trying to TP out. He's gonna get out. Bush. Coming in mid. Creeps have destroyed buildings now. We've got a couple creeps hitting the back, the tier 4s on the back. We've got a couple heroes hitting the tier 3 on the front. These creeps will opt to take out this side building.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The push is a push. Second Rax for ranked matchmaking AI, and this game looks won for them. The throw is always on the table. I mean, Slardar's in the river. Sven. He's BKB'd up, but he's not used his God Strength. He doesn't right click very hard. I'm not sure why he hasn't decided to go man mode. He's dead. Bloodseeker, I hear a Rupture somewhere.
Oracle chose you.
I imagine it was here. I think Dire's happy with that. Two heroes died. You got a Rax for it. You're okay with that. And not just the Rax, you cleared up a couple of these little pesky buildings. And listen, that sounds stupid, but these buildings do have 1,000 health and 10 armor. 10 armor means they resist 40% of physical damage. They have effectively 1,400 health. If the creeps come in and they do 1,400 health of damage to one of these, it sucks. If the creeps come in and do 1,400 damage to a tower, that tower is closer and closer to death.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Slardar,
Dire's
don't know
structures are
where he
fortified.
died. Maybe he TP'd top to defend. Or maybe he...
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, yeah, he just got ganked by all 5 top. So Valve, default hard bots looking to push with a double wagon wave. Meanwhile, Slardar catches the Tiny. Tiny's dead. Now it's awkward. You've got all the Radiant heroes in the wrong place. Siege creeps hitting the tower. Now they're all TPing back. Do we get any cancellations? Bloodseeker's distracted by the Slardar. TP's off cooldown though. Slardar sprinting to kill himself faster. Not the play. Kunkka with a huge cleave ends the siege creeps. X mark on the Nature's Prophet. Oh my, that Death Prophet's in deep. 2 mechs, but that's not gonna help. Creeps are doing severe damage to these tier 4s though. 600 to this one, about 1,000 to this one, and it's not over yet. Now it's over. Oh no!
Target.
We missed PA getting a double kill. What the hell happened there? Oh, I guess the Sven was the kill. Sven got caught alone here. That's not what you want. 2 creep waves. Mid is all the way in. Forces Tiny back. Top is not in yet, but it will be in about a minute. AA out of position. He's just trying to delay this push by any means necessary. Just using his ult on the creeps, hoping for the best. I would like to see him get the Ice Vortex damage over time upgrade. Because look how closely stacked these heroes are, and this is what the fights look like. I mean, you've got 4 melee heroes on the Radiant side. The Ice Vortex slowing their attack speed by 20, doing 40 damage a second. They can't really do anything about it because you can't actually destroy it. Rupture onto the NP, boats in. That's 2 kills. Ranked matchmaking. That's not the TP you want to see. Death Prophet's going to come in and feed. Exorcism's not going to work. You're not even using the glyph. Yule's is a bit cheeky. Maybe if the Yule's and the glyph were both popped. TP in from the Slardar. This might actually be okay. He gets the slam onto 3, but he's torrented. And now he's alone. They're going in 1 by 1. And single heroes do not stand a chance against 4 heroes. On the other hand, creeps. Getting stuff done. This is where if the buildings were still alive, the towers would be defending themselves really well. Beautiful glyph. Sven, he goes in with the help of the glyph. Right-clicking down the Bloodseeker, he has a stun in 4 seconds. 3, 2, oh, he gives up on it. Meanwhile, the tier 4s, they're dying.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Kunkka. Double kill for the Sven, he's charging in beast mode. Everything's coming up dire. Buyback from the AA. Avatos. Sven, he runs, he's just out of range. Kunkka cleans up the creeps. And everything seems to have come up dire all of a sudden. Ava. Tiny can't get range for the toss. It's a little bit awkward. The Nature's Prophet's dying. He might kill the Tiny before he dies, but it looks like he might just die, and he does. Double kill for the Bloodseeker. It's not coming up dire anymore, they're all dead. Kunkka TPs. Wants the outpost. Oops, spicy little Stormhammer upgrade there with the Ags. Roan exposed. Ranked matchmaking AI still has a couple of tier 2s up. And the enemy throne is on offer. Whether they want to do a big 5-man push bot to get the megas. See, it's not really safer to do that because you've got 35, 4100 damage, I mean 4500. I guess it is easier to clean up bot racks given the state of that tower. Slardar, he had blink, he's going to use it to dodge the Ava. But in comes the entire dire team. Sven's there. Woo! Woo! That's 1700 damage on that crit. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. Nether Shawl discovered for the dire side, but it's Kunkka who's going to steal it. That's an awful decision. That's -2 armor against a lineup that has minus armor. In comes Sven. Oh my god, 2 1700 crits. Sven gets the Kunkka die back. Let's just have a look at the buyback availability. Kunkka, no. 6 minutes on cooldown. The Kunkka's gone for 100 seconds. And Dire's bot, they've got siege wagons too. This is looking to be mega creeps. Bloodseeker desperately trying to push against the supers. Warlock and PA desperately trying to push against the supers. All of them are so far out of position that when Sven rocks up bottom, two catapults, all of the treants, they have glyph, but they choose not to use it. Here comes the mega creeps. It looks to me as though ranked matchmaking AI has guaranteed this game's win, because mega creeps are too much to deal with, even for bots. Like, we're watching as 5 Dire heroes just sort of stand there confused, waiting for the wave. Mega creep's going to cause an insufferable amount of problem. Huge crit, 1600 damage onto the tiny. Ranked matchmaking. They're making it happen. They're on the comeback. It's crazy to see this. They're on a lower bracket run, and they win that rematch. Sven with the ult BKB at the end of the game. Oh, that's precious. I hope we're going to get a post-game screen for this one, because, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to record stats for things if I don't get to see how many kills happened. Oh, thank God we've got a post-game screen. Alright, MVPs of the game, I mean, it has to go to Sven and Warlock. Warlock got the first rampage of the tournament. It wasn't enough. Sven, the man has 18 kills, 13 assists. It's not actually that impressive compared to the rest of his team, to be honest. We see a 10, 12, 24 Slardar there. That's a lot more involvement. 34 compared to 31. But the Sven, he carried this game. If we look at the hero damage, I think that will show the story of Sven's damage. 47,000 damage. Bloodseeker wasn't far off. It's a shame because Bloodseeker, I mean, I'm going to give him an MVP as well. Screw it, we're going to break all form of precedence. Actually, it's not. We had a game in the group stage. Shout out, big up the group stage watchers. We had a game in the group stage where I thought that one team did so bad that nobody deserved MVP, so I didn't give them one. This game, I'm going to give it Warlock and Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker's play was exceptional. He did really well, and the Warlock got a rampage. Sven carried this game. Those are 3 MVPs from this game. What an exceptional game. Very back and forth. And it's just beautiful to see that ranked matchmaking AI is able to get that rematch, able to win it. They won the early game, started losing the mid game. It began to look hopeless for them as this gold and XP lead, way over 10,000 of the XP, approaching 10,000. I think it was 7.5. That's just sort of mid 20 minutes mark, 25 minutes, it looked to be over for them, but they just managed to claw their way back into this game with scrappy, dirty fights, ganks, pickoffs, like taking them out one by one. There was a moment where it looked like ranked matchmaking was warming up to throwing this game, because they started walking in one by one and feeding bottom. They did manage to hold Radiant off bottom, finish off that final mega creep, and at the end of the day, I mean, look at the 2 lines. Bloodseeker and Sven with completely different games. Sven was always at the top in the early game. Look at him. First and second highest, here he is. First here, second here. Whereas Bloodseeker's middle of the pack. Like 1,000 behind the Sven. As the game approaches the mid-game, Bloodseeker starts catching up, eventually overtakes. The Sven starts to drop off. There's this moment here where Sven is the 3rd least farmed hero on the map, and it looked here like the beginning of the end for ranked matchmaking. Sven stayed at the bottom for a long time, got some big kills, we got some Radiant buybacks, and then that was it. After one fight here, look at it, 7 to 9k in a minute. Sven there, 5th place, 7k. Sven there, 2nd place, 9k. And then one more big fight, and all of a sudden he goes from like 5,000 at 20 minutes to 12,000 at 30 minutes. That's 7,000 gold in 10 minutes. I think that's a solid 630 GPM hammered out over the course of that 10 minutes, and that's what got him back into this game, and he stayed on top and he won this game. Beautiful game. It's a shame that this is a best of one, and it is sad to say goodbye to Valve's default hardbots, the second Valve default team to be going home. It's a little bit sad. We will think about playing some sad music for them, but we don't have that licensing fee. We spent all of our money on the genuinely real, absolutely true $100 million prize pool. No music is available except for the Dota 2 home menu music, which thankfully is not copyright striking my YouTube videos as I upload them. I was worried about that. I was quite scared about that as it was happening. But it seems like we've gotten away with it. Valve seems to have not copyright claimed the main menu music for Dota, which is a little bit thankful, to be honest. I'm happy about that. Or maybe I'm just talking over it so much that it doesn't come up like it's there for a minute at the start, a minute at the end. Of how it goes. Picked our MVPs, we've said goodbye to default hardbots, and I'm excited to continue seeing ranked matchmaking on the rise, clawing up the lower elimination bracket. They've been here since the start. They came third in their group. Now they're fighting their way back up. Can they make it to the grand finals? Only you will know if you keep watching the video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.